friends! It's time for your yearly ASU video, right? So, yeah, I guess the title of the video says it all. I had a burnout. I still am struggling a little bit with it. But YouTube came to me and was like, hey, you better upload a video or you will not be part of the partner program anymore. So I guess that was a little bit of a motivation that I needed to get back at videos. Like, it's a bit complicated. So first of all, I want to give you the disclaimer that I'm not a psychologist. So whatever I say in this video now is like my personal experience, my feelings about the whole thing. And I don't claim to be 100% correct with everything I say, okay? But yeah, burnout is a bitch. So let's start with what is burnout in general, and then my own experience more in detail of how I feel that burnout affected me. So in general, burnout is a mental health crisis, and you are unable basically to do the adulting that's supposed to be done by all the people in participating in society. That they have a work, they have job, and they need to pay their rent and taxes and their monthly expenses for food, just living costs basically. And if you are just getting overwhelmed with more and more work and not having a balance with your off time too, with your life, your free time. I had a video about this, by the way. So say as I do and don't do as I do. No, do as I say and don't do as I do. That's how it goes. But I'm getting better. I will start listening. Well, I already started listening to my own advice. And work-life balance is extremely important. So if that's off, you will get burned out sooner or later. That's just how it is. I'm not making the rules. And yeah, I got there in summer last year already. I still kept going on for like 2-3 more months and tried to continue with what I knew was my job and the world I was living in. And there's not just you feel like a failure for yourself, and you feel like a failure for others, that you let others down too. So this is like this whole package that comes with burnout. You're not just like feeling super tired all the time. I was sleeping for like 10-12 hours a day. You're just also feeling that whatever you do, it's never enough. So I was also working for 10-12 hours a day, but it didn't matter in the end, because there was always so much more work that you still could do, and you ended up not doing it. You ended up stalling. Like there was like this huge list in my head of things I needed to take care of. And I just couldn't get it done. Or I couldn't get it done the way I wanted to, because I'm also a highly perfectionist person. So I always want to deliver the best possible work that there is for me, which is stupid. I'm not perfect. No one is. You have to accept it at some point. Yeah, but that's just a general burnout and a little bit of my story of how I got into it. And now the question might be, how does burnout even happen? Like I already said, okay, there is like this huge pile of things that you're meant to do, and it's just getting overwhelming at some point, and you can't just keep going like that. Okay, but for me, there's also like these two pillars in your job that okay, that was my cat destroying something. That just need to be there and be right for you. they need, everyone's different there, so I can't give you like an overall explanation of how much money you need to earn with your job or anything. No, that's up to you. But what I can tell you is that it was too little for me. And no, let's get back at the two pillars. So the two pillars I'm talking about is meaning and value. Meaning and value. And if these two pillars are not balanced, then one of the pillar has to lift the weight of the other pillar and make up for it somehow this way. But still, if that balance is not restored at some point, you will get burned out. So the value is easy, I guess. It's the money you're earning with your job, the time that has some value added to it because you're doing a certain thing. You're doing some work for someone, for yourself, and that has that value added to it of, okay, you're doing this task, this job, and then you get paid for it this amount of money. And yeah, that's the one thing. And the other pillar is the meaning. So you also need to feel like it makes sense what you're doing. You're not just doing some work that has no meaning at all. You're just doing work for work to be done. But in the end of the day, if you wouldn't do that work, who would care? Yeah. So meaning is very important too. Don't underestimate that. And yeah, in my case, like when Corona started, pretty much like 2 years ago now, I felt a big hit in the value department of my job of being a content creator. And it was understandable, makes sense. I'm not blaming people or anything, makes absolute sense. And I still had the meaning going for me, the pillar of meaning, because I felt like it's a hard time for everyone. I want to give the entertainment to the people. I want to make their lives and their days a little bit better. So the meaning was carrying the weight of value for me for quite a while, for like 1.5 years, I'd say. But at some point, it was impossible. At some point, I need to just pay my my living costs too, you know. And it's at the end of the day, it's still my job. And yeah, this was when this balance was just not getting there for a long time. Really, I was doing it for quite a while, and yeah, at some point, it was just so hard for me to just turn on the stream, because I'm a streamer, will be again, I guess, next month, I hope, but yeah, that's another story. Yeah, at some point, it's just, you can't continue anymore with what you're doing. Even though you enjoy doing it, that has nothing to do with it. Because many people also think burnout is only because you do something that you hate doing. No, fuck no. Burnout is if these two pillars are not met for a certain amount of time. That's most likely different for each person. For me, it took a long time, I'd say, like at least 1.5 years. But yeah, everyone's different there. And the problem with burnout in this whole industry of content creation is that the job requires so much from you. Like, you just never stop. You can work 24/7 and you still feel like it's not enough. Because it's so fast-paced, everything. You need to react to stuff of other people. You still need to do your own stuff. And you also need to work like 10 different jobs at the same time. at least as long as you don't earn a lot of money that you can make other people do some jobs for you, like editing, for example, or something. But yeah, as long as you're not there, you are just doing 10 different jobs at the same time, all at once, every day, and it's never enough either. And yeah, if the value then does not work for a longer amount of time, you cannot continue doing that, period. It's just so much energy and so much time you have to give. Yeah. And with all of that, the burnout for me was not just like this being overworked really and feeling devalued in my work, but it was also emotional burnout, I'd say, because the time was hard for the people the last years, and it still is. It's still ongoing. By the way, yeah, Corona is still a thing, by the way. And yeah, you hear a lot of really heartbreaking stories. It's really shitty. It's really hard. And I'm not a psychologist, as I said at the beginning, so it's not that easy for me to deal with that either. I want to help the people. I want to make their days better. And especially when they tell me, oh God, I had such a shit day. But now seeing you stream and seeing you make some jokes or laughing with you, it's just making my day better. That's great. That's awesome. I mean, that's the reason why I'm doing this job in the first place. But still, it adds a lot of pressure too. And yeah, like having all this pressure and not wanting to let anyone down, but at the same time, just neglecting myself and my own needs and letting myself down this way. You're just losing yourself in work. It's pretty bad. And this is the burnout that's not just work related, but also emotionally related, I think. I think not many people talk about emotional burnout, but that's really part of the story too. And I felt it pretty heavily. That I was just feeling numb at some point. I didn't really have feelings or emotions to give anymore for other people. And yeah, that's when I was like stopping with the whole thing. So let's get to how to overcome the burnout and the prevention of it to not happen again. And so at the very first, I have to say you need to get help. It's a serious mental health crisis. It's not just, oh, I don't feel like working today, but maybe tomorrow. No, it's not like that. It's a combination of different things. In my case, I also had panic attacks, and I couldn't sleep, and then I slept for way too long. And like it's a whole mix of bullshittery going on, and you need really help from others to get out of this again. Fortunately, I could get counseling. I could get therapy. I'm very grateful for that. But I know not everyone has the resources to do so, which is super garbage, by the way. But then you still need to talk to people, to your family, to your friends. You need others to help you with that burden. It's like, for me, it's great if you manage to get out of it yourself. That's awesome. But there is no shame in asking for help. Absolutely not. Pretty much everyone has to deal with mental health crisis at one point or even more throughout their lives. Pretty much everyone. It's not even something special. It's normal. Having issues with your mental health is normal, okay? Especially in our world nowadays, where everything's just fast and you have to be constantly on top and you have to pay so much for this and that, and you don't have them. It's fucking hard to live right now, okay? So it's hard, yeah, and it's okay. It's okay. This is just the world we're living. It also has a lot of upsides, of course. It doesn't just come with downsides. Being so connected with everyone in the whole world, being able to just play games together with someone at the other side of the planet, or just hanging out with them, or stuff, or also work traveling and just seeing other places. Like, it's cool too, of course, it's awesome too, but it's super demanding. It's highly demanding, and especially emotionally and mentally demanding. Like in the past, it was a lot of physical work that was super demanding, of course, but it shifted a little bit with the workforce we have nowadays, with how the computers got developed and everything. So it's more of a mental burden you have nowadays. I feel like, okay? I feel like. Sure, there is also a lot of physical work still going on, but that's not part of the story I have to tell here, because I wouldn't know. I'm working with my brain and most of the time, and yeah, trying to make a lot of stuff work when I'm just sitting in front of the computer. So that's my point of view. And so how to get out of the burnout, for me at least, or I think in general, you have to retreat yourself from the things that caused the burnout. Because if you keep just doing everything the same and over that caused the burnout, you will get stuck there and you will not get out. So what I did was I stopped streaming entirely. I stopped playing a game that I was playing for a long time, because it was also like connected to the whole thing for me. And yeah, I was also getting out. I know that sounds stupid, but I got out. I got outside a lot. I was extremely socially active. I'd say like last year I was more socially active than the entirety of the last 6 years before that. It was awesome, but also if I would have still continued to do this job here and be the entertainer, I wouldn't have had the emotional capacity to do that. Because if you are funny and entertaining and you tell stories and you talk for hours straight on your stream, you can't continue just that with other people in real life at the same pace, at the same amount. It's impossible. Especially as an ambivert as I am. Like, I'm a mix of introvert and extrovert. That's what ambivert is. I learned it just a year ago or something. I only have so much energy to give. I cannot just entertain people 24 hours every single day. I can't. I cannot. It's okay. I'm just like that. I'm fine this way. I like myself, actually, so it's okay. But yeah, I have to accommodate my life and my work to go in line with my personality too there. I cannot force something that's just not there. That's just not happening. There are people out there, there are streamers that can just stream for 12 hours a day and then go partying afterwards. I cannot. And yeah, I admire you that you can. It's great, but I can't, and I guess most people can't. And it's okay. That's fine. We are just working this way, and it's okay. People are different. All right. So after you retreated yourself from the things that caused the burnout, you also have to make sure that you're not just returning there immediately after when you're feeling better. So I feel way better now. That's why I'm saying it's complicated. I'm somewhat over the burnout, but I'm still not completely there yet, I guess. So I'm not making the same mistake of announcing, hey, yo, guys, I'm back. And I will just stream my 5 days a week again. No, fuck. I will just let it naturally happen. I will just start a stream when I feel like it, when I just wanna talk with some people, I wanna reconnect with my community and everything. But I will not force myself into a schedule right now. It will happen eventually and naturally if it happens again. That's just how it is. And that's fine. Yeah. because, yeah, important, as I realized I cannot continue as I did the last years, I needed to find other ways to continue as a content creator, because I love this job. I love doing this job. I love to be an entertainer. I love to share my life and my struggles every now and then with you guys. And that's how I like living and being. And I want to continue doing that. But at the same time, it's my job, so I also need to earn money with it. So I had to figure out how to combine these two things. Having the meaning and the value be fine again and be balanced again, and I can continue doing that. And I figured something out for me, and it was scary at first because it was really different from the content that I was doing before, but it works out pretty well. It's going better and better, and it's awesome to see. Like many people who knew me from stream already wanted to still support me even though I wasn't streaming anymore, because there was this connection established. Like, I'm not fake. I'm actually myself when I stream. I'm not a persona or anything. Sure, you have like some overreaction sometimes to make it funny or whatever, but it's pretty much who I am, and people felt that connection, and that was cool. And yeah, I was starting to get more into lifestyle blogging. Let's call it this. I call it this. And it's happening over at Fanhouse. So if you feel like you want to connect more with me and you want to support my work, that's an awesome place to do that. I love it there. I made some really meaningful connections also with other creators. I would really call my friends at this point. The last months we really got closer and everything. And I also get to know my community members way more. It's a more personal experience. And it's behind a little paywall, yeah. It's like $3 right now, the subscription, so for a whole month. And I feel like that's absolutely justified for the amount of work and content I put out every day. But I don't want to just like, I don't want to just make an advertisement for my fan house now. I'm just saying that's how I did it, that I just got into a whole new direction, still content creation, but a whole new direction. And it turned out pretty nice for me so far. And it gave me that happiness and relaxation back, that I can do what I want to do and still not have a mental health crisis at the same time. And that's great. I can recommend that. So yeah, it was also important to just set boundaries for myself and really stick to them too. Because yeah, you're just so used to pleasing others all the time that you feel like a failure and you feel bad if you don't do it. So yeah, it was really important lesson for me to learn, but I got way better at it, so that's pretty nice. I guess to stop chasing people. Whoever wants to support me, whoever wants to stick around, that's great. You're very welcome to be here in this community. I'm happy to have you around. But I will not ever do anything again that I don't really feel passionate about, or that I just lose passion for, or that I feel devalued in doing. Yeah, I refuse. I will just not do that anymore. I'm feeling way better this way, and I think I provide way better content this way too, because a happy content creator is a content creator that pushes out a lot of content because they just feel like doing so and they wanna do it and it feels good to them to do it. So yeah, how long are we in? Oh god, more than 20 minutes again. But you see, I wasn't even sure if I can just sit down today and just do that and something comes out of it too. Because I wasn't streaming for months. I had like a few streams in between, but just on the weekends and just with my kitty cats, just cuddling. It was nice though. And I didn't even know if I would be able to still talk and just like do English, because English isn't my main language. And really talk freely too, and eloquently, and just make it make sense what I'm saying and get to the point. I might have been a little bit all over the place with this video, but it's okay. That's where I am right now, a little bit all over the place. But we are getting back on track. I want to get back into this whole series of content creation too, because I have so many more plans and so many more topics I want to talk about. Burnout was a very important one today for obvious reasons, because it was the main reason you didn't see a video of me for like half a year. As I said before, I will not fall into the same trap of saying, okay, we are back now, you can expect a video every week again. No, might be, but who knows. So, summary. Burnout's bad. Okay, end of story. No, burnout's bad. True, but if you're feeling like your life is out of balance, you really need to fix it, because there is a high chance you will get burned out. And it's not easy to get out of. I had professional help for the last months, and it still wasn't easy. So if you're feeling really down and you're struggling, I really recommend getting help. Maybe if you can't afford professional help, do a lot of online research at least, and talk to the people in your life that you can. All the best to you. I know it's hard. I know it's a struggle. And yeah, I'm thankful that I was able to manage it. I actually overcame a really severe burnout, I guess. But still working on it. It's an ongoing process. If I would just go back now and do all the same mistakes again that I did before, I will be back in burnout, and most likely for longer. But I know that, and I'm trying to step away from that and not do it. So yeah, summary for the burnout, and overall summary, I'm somewhat back here, somewhat want to start streaming again next month in February 2022. Oh, 2022, first time I said that this year. Yeah, you can follow me here if you're interested into more of this content. There might be a whole variety of different content in the future, because that's also me. I'm not doing the I have to stick to just this one thing because that's the one thing that people want. No, I will do the things that I want to do. And I'm an extremely broadly interested person with a lot of variety in herself, and a lot of variety in the interests for me. So I will share that with you if you want to. There might be some more playing games, of course, too, because it's a huge passion of me. I'm doing it offline right now. I really enjoy it a lot again. And otherwise, yeah, Fanhouse is the best way to support me right now. But you can also follow me on here, or subscribe here. That's subscribe here, yeah. Or like on the other platforms, I will give you a link in the description, of course. I have a link to it there. And yeah, I hope I was able to explain some things to the people who know me for a while, the community I already built over the last years. It's awesome that you're still here. I really appreciate that. Don't feel like you're forced to join me on Fanhouse or somewhere else. It's awesome you're doing what you're doing, okay? That's totally up to you. Yeah, it's great you're here. All the new people, yeah, click that sub button, follow me on other platforms. I would highly appreciate it. And yeah, otherwise, I can't tell you when next video. I can just tell you I have a lot of ideas. And one of the next big videos will be monetization. I think there is a lot to learn for other content creators as well. So that's pretty nice. And yeah, I'm gonna play with my kitty cats now. So thanks for watching, and click that subscribe button, follow on the other thingies, maybe Fanhouse. Thank you very much, and yeah, welcome 2022. I'm somewhat back. Almost. Bye.